Hello everybody and welcome back to another 2 vs 2 domination game in Warhammer 3. Today I will be playing Nurgle with Kugath the Plague Father. Apart from him I brought the Festering Stooges, the Demon Spew, 2 Chaos Warriors of Nurgle and the Marauder of Nurgle. My ally is playing Slaanesh, led by Azazel. For his infantry he brought 2 silver rank Demonettes of Slaanesh, 2 Chaos Warriors of Slaanesh and 2 Hellstriders over here. Our enemies are playing Khorne and Cathay. The Khorne player brought Skarbrand, the Exiled One, a very strong duelist, although he will struggle against Kugath. In support he brought a Cultist of Khorne, and for his infantry he has the Hellforged Host, 2 Chaos Warriors of Khorne with dual weapons and 1 with shields. The Cathay player has a dragon-blooded Shugengan Lord with the Law of Yang as his lord, supported by these great Longma riders. For his infantry he has 2 Celestial Dragon Guards, one of them being the Dune Dragons Regiment of Renown. He brought also 2 Jade Warriors with halberds, the Bandits of the Silver Roads Peasant Archers, and a peasant horseman over here in the forest. To start off, I'm going for point 1 with Kugath and these 2 elite infantry, while my heavy infantry and this marauder are going for point 2. The Slaanesh player is threatening their point 3, their home objective, and is facing Khorne over there with Skarbrand. The Cathay player summoned in a Fire Rain rocket pretty early. Its first shots got into my Marauder, which was a bad target, but now he's going for these Demonettes and they are having a very bad time. That is a lot of value that you don't want to lose in this way. He also decides to jump my Marauder with these great Longma Riders and his Lord, dropping some Dragonfire onto my Chaos Warriors. But he needs to get out of there quickly as I'm sending reinforcements down from the high ground in these Barons of the Borg and Kugath. Still, losing these 2 Demonettes is a big problem for us to start off. But this grind, on the other hand, will favor me greatly, as Nurgle is a very strong grinding faction in general, and Kugath only accentuates that point. He will drain down all the units, the enemy units, and buff all the friendly units in his vicinity. These Bandits of the Silver Roads, Peasant Archers, sadly got a bit too close to the fight. They could have been used with great success against Kugath, having fire damage against his regeneration. But yeah, they will die as they were too close to the fight. These Jade Warriors and Celestial Dragon Guard are good units, but they are a defensive unit and you can't outgrind Nurgle in melee. It's just not possible. They need some skirmishing support here fast. And that's what they're doing. Sending in these Jade Crossbowmen. They could do very good against Kugath. The high ground, on the other hand, is looking pretty bad for us. The Khorne player ripped through these Slaanesh units in a hurry, Scarbrand racking up kills and value, although he costs a lot, so he needs a lot of value to pay for himself. He sets his eyes on point 2 now, coming down from the high ground, as Kugath did earlier on the other side. But going for Kugath is maybe not the greatest idea, even if you are angered by him throwing Nurglings in your face. It's not a good decision. Scarbrand gets surrounded very quickly by these toads and some fiends of Slaanesh. Gets in a bit of damage against Kugath, but now Azazel even comes in and Scarbrand is pretty much dead. He still has 7,000 health, but it will get drained away very fast. These infantry of the Khorne player are desperately trying to help Scarbrand, but they don't have the mass to do that. On the other hand, this Blood Shrine of Khorne is doing pretty good against the Festering Stooges. Just as the Fire Rain rocket is, while it's firing against in here. But then again, the Festering Stooges are a good pick, they are an expensive unit. But Kugath is the real problem. All these skirmishing units need to focus fire on Kugath now, right now. This fire into here isn't doing much. Looks like there's some army ability. Oh yeah, the Sword of Khorne coming in. Doing good damage, but again, Kugath is the problem. Getting more and more kills and value, already up to almost 4,000 value. And he's not even close to his healing cap. The victory tickets are looking very good for us. Pretty much doubled our enemies now. They need one of our points now, if they don't want to get forced into a situation where they would need to take 3 points of us. Seeing that our enemy is very unorganized here, sending in single units one by one, we are pushing further into their territory. Maybe a bit too overzealous, but then again, we can afford it right now as we are accumulating victory tickets. And the damage value is looking quite good for us also. These Fire Rain rockets have done a very good job so far. Probably good value. Yeah, 3,000 value. They have more than paid for themselves. But they would have just needed more of this, more skirmishing. The Khorne player has the right idea here, sending in 2 Marauder Horsemen of Khorne with throwing axes. They could do some good damage against Kugath, but they are once again not shooting at the right targets. Just chucking the axes into the mass won't help too much. And yeah, it's a very strong synergy in my opinion. The Nurgle healing and grinding power together with the Slaanesh speed and damage. I see our enemies gathering a lot of infantry behind us now, so I decide to go back to point 2 to not let them take it from behind us. These Hellforged hosts murdered their way through a lot of Slaanesh infantry. I think they still haven't paid for themselves though, and now they will get pretty much hard countered by these toads. Which is a sad sight, as these toads cost like 600, and this Hellforged host is a very, very expensive elite unit. The Slaanesh player is paying a bit though for being so overzealous and pushing too far into the enemy's territory. Keeper of Secret dying. But yeah, they still don't have any answer for Kugath, and that is the real problem. Points are ticking up, and Kugath is getting more and more value. 4,500 now. I think he costs around 3,000 with what I've brought him. So yeah. Our enemies have a pretty big army right here now. We are looking a bit bare bones. These reinforcements are coming in from me, but apart from that it looks pretty even for now. But even is just not good enough against the healing power of Nurgle. These fiends over here thought about taking point 3 from the enemy, but now we're just going over to murder these peasant horsemen. Slicing shards being dropped on the crane gunners. Those would have been maybe a saving grace for them against my big monster, Kugath. But yeah, they got killed quite quickly. Azazel chased off their lord over there. We didn't get to see it. But yeah, he has been doing pretty good also, I think. Yeah. He should cost around 2,000, so he more than paid for himself also. But yeah, our enemies just keep pouring in more stuff. 2.2, it's just not the right decision. Point 1, they tried once to take point 1 from me, but I repelled them. That would have been probably the better idea. Especially with Scarbrand. He shouldn't have engaged into this fight. He could have been used much better going around and maybe threatening point 1. But yeah, at this point our enemies are pretty done for. The damage values are pretty similar, although healing being taken into account, it's much worse than the numbers show. Just shows it once again that you really need missiles and a lot of them against Nurgle, or Kugath will just carry the whole game. But yeah, well played to our opponents, and I hope you enjoyed and have a good day.